Beach FM, locals talking to locals.
Time to catch up with my good friend, and that is Grant Nisbett. Nismo, how are you?
G'day, Ron. Good, thanks, mate.
Yeah, you had a good weekend?
Yeah, not bad. Pretty quiet on the Western Front. No rugby to the Commentator on, obviously, but I went and watched a bit of club footy. Wasn't the greatest result, but nevertheless, it was quite good fun.
Okay, I see. I don't know what they're going on about now. I mean, we've got more going through in because of Auckland, but this North-South game and freshed out. Why don't they just play it in Wellington, for God's sake? Doesn't that make sense?
Yeah, well, I guess the problem there is that it's a level 2 still here, and so you wouldn't be allowed to have a crowd. And quite clearly, they want to generate the money out of all this. I see they're going to make a decision tomorrow. And I guess the other problem is that none of the Aucklanders can leave Auckland until midnight Sunday. So in other words, the first time they could get as far as Wellington, if that was what they deemed to do, would be Monday. Look, I don't know. It's a wee bit up in the air. I don't know whether they really want to play in front of no one. I've got to say, I was a bit disappointed we didn't go to level 1. Anything south of Auckland should be level 1 in my view, but that's just me.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised at that as well. But again, that may change by next weekend. So
yeah, it may change, but the trouble is they're not going to make that decision until next Monday, which only leaves them about 5 days to organise the game. And they may decide that it's hardly worth the effort. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's a bit messy. It is. I see former All Black skipper Mr. Read, Kieran Read. He wants to play for Counties. That's good.
Yeah, it is good. Yeah, it is good. I mean, there's no other rugby available, certainly in Japan at the moment. I see England have started again. The Premiership started, I think, last week. Not sure what they're doing in France at the moment, but there's not a lot of rugby being played around the world, and he's pretty keen, even though he's 34 years of age, to give something back. That's where he came from. I think he was born and bred in Pukekohe or somewhere very close to it. So it'll be good, actually, and I'm kind of hoping that this is the way that the Mitre 10 Cup might pan out. We might see some of these top-class blokes that we don't normally see in this competition. We might just see some of them playing in this competition. I mean, a lot of them are employed by New Zealand Rugby, and so if the All Blacks are not playing, they should get off their bums and actually earn a living.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say to you. Well, why don't they? The rest of them are all around. If they don't play in this game, the North-South game, and even if they did play in it, it doesn't matter. That's just one game. Why don't they get out and play? Because we're not playing anyone else, are we?
No, you're right. Not at the moment, we're not.
No.
I mean, there might be things could happen, but they've got to play rugby. They can't just suddenly sit around for a couple of months and then decide they're going to put on the All Black jersey. That's not going to work. Ian Foster wouldn't allow it anyway. So I got a suspicion, this competition starts on the 11th, which is only a couple of weeks away, that we are going to see some top-class players playing in it, and that's really good.
I see Julian Savea hints at renewed All Black ambitions. He wants to play for the All Blacks again. Good on him.
Well, that's good. I do too.
Yeah.
Sadly, it might have passed me by. I don't know. Look, good on him. I mean, you've got to have those ambitions. There's no question about that. I mean, I don't know who he's playing for in the Mitre 10 Cup. And I know that he would love to play for the Hurricanes again, whether they need him or require him or will sign him. I'm not sure about that either. So it's a wee bit up in the air.
Yeah, it is a little bit. Let's just take a look at Scott Dixon. Did you watch any of that today, the Motorsport? He wasn't very happy.
I did. I tuned in as soon as I woke up. I'm not a great Motorsport fan, but this is an iconic event, and I wanted to see how he was going. And when I tuned in, he was leading quite comfortably. Of course, what happens is they get, I was going to say yellow cards, but they get the yellow flag, which means they all have to get behind the lead car and go over again. And unfortunately, when Dixon was mounting a challenge with about 4 or 5 laps to go, there was a nasty crash, and they just circled behind the car. He was in second place at the time, and he had to settle for second. He was a bit annoyed that they didn't pull a red flag, which I think means that they can have a 3-lap shootout, which didn't happen. And so denied again, and the race that he targets every year, and he probably had the fastest car, but unfortunately circumstances were against him.
Yeah, it's a pity, isn't it? He's such a hell of a nice guy too, and as he sort of said, there's no way they can clean that up, when they had the accident. So, when it went red. So
yeah, that's right, exactly. It went red, or they went to the what do they call it, the lead car or some damn thing. I'm not sure what it's called, but it was a bit unfortunate. But anyway, he's still well ahead in the championship, which I suppose is something. He got second, but I think he's been second 3 times before. He just wanted to get out there and win it.
Oh, it's good to see you too. I've got this sort of strange thing that's come up on Parker rates opponents by speed, power, chin and smarts. Well, that's what most boxers do, don't they?
Yeah, there's not much else, is there, really?
Yeah, unbelievable. It's good. I don't know whether I've been watching a bit of the cricket, of course, across in the Caribbean, because I love the way they play it. I mean, they got no one watching either. But Munro was smashed it around again, and McCullum's Night Riders stay unbeaten. They haven't lost a game. Yeah, and I've got. I know Scotty Kugelow pretty well, and he's I think the St Lucia Zooks they're called. And they're having a really good run. A bit of an unheralded lot. They've got Darren Sammy, not too many others I'd heard of, but he's playing really well. He bowled well again this morning. He got 4 wickets yesterday, I think it was. So it's good to see these Kiwis in action. I saw Ross Taylor in the background there too, and there's a few of them over there. Oh, that's great. And it'll be good too if we can see you at the weekend playing a bit of bowls. Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. There's a really good tournament over at Kapiti that, John Macbeth's the president of the club up there, and you know pretty well. They've got a good tournament, and unfortunately there's a couple of Auckland teams were coming down, but they've been confined to barracks, of course, by level 3. So they're looking around for 1 or 2 other teams, so we might be able to scrape one together on. We might see up there, mate. Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be excellent. Look forward to it. The week after, there's another one, pairs, at down there as well, and I think there's a few Orca loafers that can't get to that one either, so you might get a double go. Well, they might be lucky if they go to level 2. If they go to level 2 on Monday, I don't think it'll affect that tournament, because at least they'll be able to travel, won't they? Oh, yeah, they might be too. All right, buddy. Okay, good talking to you. See you at the weekend. Mate, take it easy. All right, mate. Bye.
106.3 Beach FM.